Entropy, the hidden law behind Babylon. Introduction. Something is happening to humanity, and deep down most people can feel it. People scroll past suffering now. Families collapse without mourning. Truth feels offensive, distraction feels normal, peace feels rare. Human beings are more connected than ever before, yet somehow more fragmented, more exhausted, more emotionally numb, and more internally divided. And the frightening part is not merely that evil exists. The frightening part is that humanity has learned how to continue functioning beside it. Wars happen. Exploitation happens. Children inherit brokenness. People suffer publicly. Entire societies drift deeper into confusion. And most people emotionally adapt within days, as if the soul itself has learned how to survive beside corruption. But what if Scripture already explained this condition thousands of years ago? What if the Bible was never merely describing isolated sins, but a long-term spiritual deterioration happening to humanity itself? And what if Babylon is not merely a kingdom, an empire, or a political system, but a mechanism accelerating that deterioration? Tonight, we are going to talk about entropy, not merely as a scientific principle, but as a spiritual condition. Because the drift did not stop in Eden. When Adam fell, humanity did not merely break a commandment. Humanity lost alignment. And when mankind became separated from the Most High, something entered creation itself. Fear entered. Shame entered. Fragmentation entered. Mortality entered. Drift entered. Before the fall, there was communion. There was peace. There was alignment. There was relationship. But after separation, humanity became increasingly pulled toward appetite, distraction, fear, self-preservation, and disorder. And over generations, that drift compounded. Civilizations drifted, relationships drifted, perception drifted, affection drifted. The soul itself began drifting, and Babylon learned how to feed that condition, because separated humanity becomes easier to shape, easier to distract, easier to rule. But Scripture reveals something the modern world rarely understands. The condition affecting humanity is not merely political, not merely social, not merely psychological. It is spiritual. The whole creation groans. Why? Because separation introduced corruption into the system, and the further humanity drifts from the Most High, the more disorder multiplies in the mind, in the heart, in relationships, in civilization, and eventually inside perception itself. But tonight is not merely about corruption. It is about recognition. Because the first step out of drift is realizing that the drift exists at all. And maybe the clearest sign of Babylon's influence is not merely that humanity is breaking apart, but that most people no longer recognize the condition while living inside it. Chapter 1.